Credit score is used for pretty much everything. Max here, and today I'm going to go over ways that I was able to get the coveted 800 score and a simple way that you can do exactly what I did so you too can get the apartment, the loan, or whatever, or maybe just brag to your significant other. Here are the ways to get to a high credit score starting now. The first thing everyone must do is get educated. You're doing a good thing by watching this YouTube video, but I'm only one perspective. You want a diversity of opinions, diversity of thoughts from many, many different sources. So don't just take my word for it. Do plenty of other personal finance research. So watch YouTube videos, read books, listen to audiobooks. There are so many good resources out there for free. And do your best to pace yourself. Don't read 100 blog posts in one day. You will be overwhelmed and you'll retain about 3% of it. Take it in chunks. Have a little bit every single day. Just like exercise. You can't go 10 years without exercising and run a marathon one day and expect to be in good shape. So, little chunks every single day to start beginning your process of understanding finances. Because believe me, there's a lot that I don't know. I don't know about 99.9%. I know about 0.1%, a tiny, tiny fraction. So you can always learn. Start early, 18 years old, credit card. Why? Why? Well, because that's how you get to 800 in your 20s. 18 is pretty close to 20s. So you have to start early. Now, that could be a very, very, very introductory card with a very teeny tiny limit, a couple $100 maybe. And that is the start. Because if you don't start early, you're going to be 30 years old with no credit, and good luck renting a house, buying a house, or buying a car on credit. It won't happen. And before you even get the first credit card, which I should have taken a step back, is if you're not disciplined and you can't find a way to become disciplined with money, don't apply for anything. You must become disciplined, and it takes work because marketing and every single newsletter you get in your email wants you to buy something today. FOMO. You are going to miss out if you don't get in on this sale right now. And that's how marketers hack your brain to buy their product. So, if anything I do is unsubscribe from every single newsletter that's trying to sell me something, unless I'm actually planning to make a purchase. So, every single clothing outlet I've ever subscribed to is now unsubscribed. I know, I'm sad about it, but not really, because I'm now pursuing the goal that I want, which is a little more financial freedom. And to be completely honest, I have enough clothing for me, myself, and I for the next 10 years. And that discipline takes time. Don't expect yourself to be a superhero in finance after reading 7 blogs in 7 days. There is no get-rich-quick scheme, period. So be disciplined and be diligent in your research and understanding more and more. But you gotta start early, so get the first credit card ASAP. What I did for my younger brother is I actually put him on as a authorized user on some of my accounts. So it doesn't quite bump you as much as it can if you're a primary user, actually the one responsible. But if you can be added as an authorized user to someone, your parents, most likely your parents, your grandparents, whoever it is, some person who has a very, very good credit score, they can add you as an authorized user on the credit card. You don't even need the card. It just helps starting to build that credit profile. Always pay the balance off in full, no matter what. Don't keep 30%. Don't keep 20%. Don't take 10%. Keep 0%. You want to use these credit cards simply to build credit so you can get to the 800 at some point. It takes time, it takes diligence, it takes many, many months of this, so it's not going to happen quickly. But no matter what, whether you put $10 on, 100, or 10,000, pay it off at the end of every single month. Paying bills has never been easier. I have every single credit card, which is almost 20 now. Wow, that's a lot. Every single credit card is on autopay, which means I don't have to think about it. It is paid. No writing checks and no paying manually. My time is way too important and way too sweet to be spending on a website that's trying to sell me yet another financial product. Again, going back to the unsubscribe, don't do it. Make your life easier. Set everything up on autopay through your checking account. I promise you, this will save hours every month just by itself. All right, so you were approved for your first credit card. That is awesome. You will begin receiving all these mail offers, yes, physical mail, to your address for different credit cards. I've had many over the years, and most of them go in the shredder because I don't need any more, period. Accept every single one because you're more likely to be approved if they sent you an invitation letter. All the ones that have a 0% annual fee, repeat, 0% annual fee. Don't do any of those annual fee things yet. Maybe when you're on the upper echelon of society and you need the American Express Centurion Black Card because you travel 300 days out of the year. But that's a different future that doesn't exist right now. So 0% annual fee and not the introductory $0. Some people say, or some credit cards are 0% for the first year, no annual fee for the first year, then it goes up to $100. Don't fall for that. Just find out the ones that have 0 annual fee no matter what. For every single card, put a small recurring bill. One of my cards has Spotify. The other one has my Google account for the business. There are many different things that you can put that are very, very small. So add each one to the cards and have it on autopay so you don't even see it. You just see the $10 going out of your checking account each month, which is no big deal. But you want to do this because whether it be $10 or $100 or $100,000, it shows as a paid bill on time. Green little check mark. My favorite little check mark. And the more check marks you have, the higher your score goes. And then lastly, the one I actually just implemented more so recently, probably the last year or so, is don't use them in the day-to-day. Yes, people are going to say, but what about the rewards, the 1 to 5%? Well, there are many studies done that show that people who use credit cards are far more likely to spend more money than they had planned. And that's the whole idea. Have a plan and execute it. Credit cards, a lot of times, throw people off their plan. I'm not saying you are going to throw off the plan, but I know for me, when I have a credit card, it doesn't feel like real money. It feels like plastic, which is what it is, or metal, depending upon the card. And you can spend it so much more quickly. I can. So this morning, I had to fill up my truck, cash to the person in the front, social distancing, of course. But even I'm doing that because you don't need to use them on the day-to-day. The points are not worth it. I know personal finance people are not going to like that, but it's not. You are more likely to spend money, more money than you had anticipated, which means if you spend $10 extra, the 1%, I'm not a math major, but 1% is not equal to... Long story short, you will spend more most likely. So don't use the day-to-day. I actually put all mine in my safe, so I have to enter the combination just to open them. You don't have to go that extreme, but keep them somewhere safe because you really don't need them on the day-to-day. Well, that's how I made it to 800 or 802, I guess, now. Anyway, some of them are 798, 800, 805. It really doesn't matter. Once you get up to the 800, compared to 850, it makes almost no difference. But with that being said, what other things are to be accounted for? What other ways have you guys got an awesome credit score? Comment below, make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys on the flip side.